Hi everyone, I just wanted to share with you quickly two things to watch out for right now when it comes to going through an escrow process. And I'm sure everybody's been experiencing, there are a lot of different changes being made on the loan side that's, it's just unpredictable at this point because just every single day. But two things that I really wanted to note to keep an eye out for is one, the appraisal. Because Fannie and Freddie actually released a note saying that, they're aware of all the difficulties with getting an appraiser out, inspecting the interior of a home, and the client being okay with a person coming into their home right now. And so what they did was they released another form where only the external part of the property needs to be inspected, and also loosened the requirements of a potential appraisal waiver, which means that they'll actually take whatever the inputted value is at face value and not require an appraisal at all. So the great news with that is the client would actually save the $500, and on top of that, you don't have to worry about, getting the appraiser out there, getting that scheduled, because definitely that's causing a lot of delays right now. And so just to give you an example of what I've experienced literally today, a client that didn't get an appraisal waiver last week, now we were actually able to get a waiver. So although the value came in lower, we were able to capitalize on the fact that we reran the desktop underwriter system and we got the waiver now. So if you're in any kind of a pickle right now with any of your escrows, have that lender rerun DU because you might get a waiver or something else right now. And then also tax transcript forms. And so usually for any escrow, we order a 4506T and request tax transcripts from the IRS. And now the IRS actually are not taking any new orders as of now. And this happened around the end of last week, but this is very, very important because depending on the client's qualification, well, one, some lenders are going to require that to be in, and if you can't order it, then you literally have to wait until they open back up the portal for orders, which we don't know when that would happen. And then also, if the client is self-employed and only averaging out the income between 1 year of tax returns, in order to keep it that way, you need the tax transcript form to fund and use that income as qualifying income. Otherwise, you need to average out 2 years if you can't get that form. So a big hack in regards to that, because a lot of companies don't and aren't aware of how easily we can obtain this document without ordering it from the mortgage company. But it's kind of tedious for the client, but the client can actually still request and access that information and that document through an online IRS portal. They just need to create an account and kind of go through all those steps, but they can actually get the document generated the same day. And so if you're in a situation where you know that the client's self-employed, ask your lender about that to make sure you have that ready and you're not at funding and trying to get all that done right now. And then lastly, one more point I wanted to make. Underwriters right now and everybody, all the mortgage companies, because the unemployment's on the rise and there's a lot of different, I guess, uncertainties when it comes to the clients having their jobs right now. They're changing the requirement of the verbal verification of employment, where before it needed to be done 10 days before funding verbally just to confirm they're still working there. But now it needs to be done 24 hours before we fund. So if you're in a position where the phone number you have is to an office where everybody's working from home, and the funders have to be the one who calls, I can't call. So the funders are going to be trying to call a number where no one's there anymore, everyone's working from home. That could cause a delay in the funding because they need to make sure they reach someone and verify and confirm that our client is still working and are employed. And so make sure that, even though you're not close to funding yet, ask the client about a phone number to some manager, a boss, maybe even an email address that the funders can contact so you have that ready to go, rather than scrambling and making sure you get, somebody on the phone to the funders right on the day you're supposed to close escrow. But anyway, I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions, and if you would like the directions of how the client can obtain their tax transcript forms, yeah, I can send that over to you right away. But yeah, have a great day and stay safe.